everyone, and welcome to LeeLa. I'm Lee Philbrook. The intention of the LeeLa community is to transform conversations and practices into actions that make a difference. And LeeLa comes from Sanskrit, and it actually means divine or creative play, and literally translates to your story. And we love to tell others' stories. Tonight, we're going to kick it off with a short background on us, your hosts, followed by our opening intention. And given the unfortunate cancellation of our guest, Tanya Cordy, this evening we have a recording of Sheila Cullen. She'll be leading us through a Yoga Nidra meditation tonight. And it's said that a half an hour of Yoga Nidra is like 4 hours of rest. You're in for a special treat. We'll then do our closing intentions and our final announcements. We encourage you to be on camera, and when we're doing Yoga Nidra, feel free to turn your camera off. So here we go. I'd like to introduce my co-host, Lisa English.
Welcome to LeeLa, everyone. This is a space where you can all play, learn, and explore. Most importantly, have fun as well. We hope to inspire you all to live a congruent and intentional life. I'm a teacher, entrepreneur, and content creator, and I'm so excited to share this practice with you all tonight. Yoga Nidra is one of my favorite go-tos with Sheila especially, and I always feel relaxed and rejuvenated after. And with that being said, I'm going to pass it back over to my co-host. Here's Lee.
I'm a career transition coach, and I work with women who don't love what they're doing. They tend to be people that are waiting. So waiting for the kids to leave, waiting for things to change, waiting to feel ready. I assist people to break through what's holding them back in life, gain clarity on the if only inside themselves, enrich the relationship with themselves and other people, and achieve the transformation they didn't think was possible. I now like to do our opening intention that connects us and holds the space for this evening. So please close your eyes. May divine grace surround us, uphold us, and cherish us all. May it support us and our sacred trust and community. May we be strong together and our journeys be brighter and higher for having walked side by side. May we be guides for others and ourselves with clarity, tenderness, and light, feeling gentle in our minds and clear with our words, being strong in our creations, sending peace in all directions of time. With gratitude, we take this moment to arrive and join together. Open your eyes. Welcome to the room. Now over to Lisa to introduce our special guest.
Sheila Cullen is one of Canada's most senior Yoga Nidra instructors and teachers. Born in the US, she has been in Toronto for now 20 years. She offers classes, workshops, retreats, and teacher training in Toronto and abroad. Sheila's work explores the power of quiet in movement, yoga, and meditation. She integrates Eastern and Western approaches to healing, bridging ancient mysticism and modern neuroscience. Sheila has a background in both science and the arts and also works as a respiratory therapist. Sheila has been practicing, studying, and teaching yoga for over 35 years and teaching Yoga Nidra for over 15 years. The focus of her practices are Hatha, Yin, Qigong, restorative, and Yoga Nidra extensively. Sheila creates a compassionate atmosphere that nourishes the bodies, minds, hearts, and spirits of her students. Her manifesto is to spread the philosophy of radical rest in a world that validates busy. It is now my pleasure to welcome our special guest of the evening, Sheila Cullen.
Thanks, Lee and Lisa. I'm really happy to be here and share this practice that I love. It's my passion, it's my heart. And just give you a little bit of background of how I came to this practice. I grew up in a big, loud family, and it was always kind of a struggle to dig out or carve out a little bit of quiet time. I don't know why I felt that need, but it is part of my constitution. And of course, now as an adult, I know that. So I I love this practice because it really does give you this permission to rest. And it's not the rest of nighttime, it's not the sleep of nighttime where we go unconscious. This is a practice of constructive rest where we are remaining awake and aware, but you are taken through these 5 stages that we call the koshas that take you from your most physical being, your most aware self, into this deep state of relaxation and ease. Um, uh, Neurologically, the brain waves are slowing down, and you are literally moving from the thinking mind into the sensual body. So it's a very much a practice that involves your senses and connects you to this place of insight, intuition, inner knowing. Um, I call it adult story time because it's just a really beautiful way to reconnect with that curious and innocent um, pureness within you. So, couple of practical um, considerations. You want to be comfortable and warm in this practice. It's most often practiced in a lying down position. You may hear a little bit of background noise. I'm in my home, so I have dogs and there are people outside. So this is just part of the experience. Just, if you hear it, let yourself hear it, and then just bring yourself back to the breath, back to your sensations and the experience. Um, Most often, that is never an issue, but I just want to mention that. So from here, we will do a little bit of movement just to get you into prepared for getting into that outermost layer, and then we'll settle in. So as you can see, I'm in a chair. I'm going to sit a little bit forward so my back is straight. I'm just going to turn to the side here. What you don't want to do is just slump forward. That closes off the breath. So we want a nice long spine without rigidity. So our focus today is letting go. And in Chinese medicine world, or the Taoist tradition, this is called Wei Wu Wei, um, action without action. Okay. So that might seem like like they battle each other, but as we go forward, we'll talk a little bit more about that. So take a nice comfortable seat, sit tall, uh, let yourself feel feet on the ground. If you are sitting on the ground, um, sitting slightly with the pelvis tipped slightly forward, and that may be that you need a blanket underneath your hips. And if you're standing in a Tadasana or mountain pose position, just feel the connection of your feet on the floor. Okay. And then this area below the navel is called the lower dantian. And in the Taoist tradition, this is where we store all of our good qi, all of our good energy that we create in practices, any kind of movement or meditation practices. We move what we don't need out, we disperse what we don't need out, and then we store all the good stuff in this lower bank, you could call it. So Dantian means elixir field. So this is our field of the good stuff. So let's just start by tapping. So you can use loose fists, loose wrists, or your middle fingers. Follow your impulse, and then we're just going to wake up this area by just doing a little bit of tapping on the lower belly. Okay. So tapping brings blood flow to an area. Energetically, it brings our awareness to this area. Okay. And then anything that's, if there's an overflow of, let's say, negativity or irritability, it just begins to allow it to release. Okay. So we'll move here. And then we're going to move from the lower dantian to the kidneys. So I'll turn again to the side and just go ahead and tap your kidneys. So in the Taoist tradition, the kidneys are associated with the quality of energy in your body. Okay? Good quality energy is derived from how we treat our kidneys and how we move energy through the body associated with the kidneys. Okay. And then you might move up a little bit and tap on the adrenals. So the adrenals are, of course, the home of adrenaline, and adrenaline is what we release when we're in a fight or flight mode, which most of us are right now, and even on the lowest level, or subtle level, I should say, in relation to our global circumstances right now. And then you can come around, and then you're going to tap on your solar plexus a little bit, your power center. Good. And breathe. Close your eyes if it feels good. Take some really easy breaths. Effortless effort. Wei wu wei. Effortless effort. And then go ahead and move up to the heart center. Nice and easy. Easy, soft joints. And then I'm going to have you take a deep breath in. You're going to increase the tapping here. Inhale and hold. This is called chi packing. And then just wipe that down. Send that good energy down towards that lower dantian. So let's do that heart tapping one more time. Waking up heart energy. Increase that pounding, that tapping, hold. And release. Good. Take a moment here, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, feet on the ground, or if you're sitting, just feeling the weight of your sitting bones, the weight of your legs, your lower body. Just notice sensation. Good. And we're going to move up the line to the face now. So there's 2 points just at the lowest point of your cheekbone, just below the pupils. And we're going to take the middle fingers and we're going to tap. So this point is called the facial beauty point. It's on the stomach and spleen line. And the stomach and spleen line are the meridian lines associated with our when out of balance, our worry and anxiety. And then we're just going to move up that line into the jawline. So again, this just brings some nice blood flow here. And our joints, so especially this jaw, the TMJ, hold a lot of tension and a lot of stagnated old energy. Good. And then pull on your ears a little bit. So when we're in a state of frustration and irritability, of grasping, our inability to let go, heat, it creates heat in the body. And this heat rises and ends up in our face and head. And then we get into that headspace, that busy mind, that monkey mind. So this is a nice release for that. So moving from here, just tapping the third eye space. So that space between your eyebrows. Take all of your fingers and play the piano on your forehead. This is nice. I love this facial tapping. Yeah. And then around the hairline. And if you don't have any hair, your imaginary hairline. And then take all of your fingers. This is called 10 dragons run through the forest. And you're just going to run it through your hair and down the neck. 2 more times through the hair, just feeling that sensation on your scalp. And then down, just petting your neck like a little puppy or kitty. And 1 more time. Right up through and down. Good. Shake it out. Good. And now rubbing your hands together. And you have 2 points on the center of the palm. They're like the eyeballs of the palm. These are called the healing hand points. So just taking a loose fist again and just waking up to one side. Same thing on the other side. And now take a goalpost or a cactus pose and take the inner line of your index finger. This is called the shoulder well point. Big release point. They call this the Prozac point. So big emotional release point for just knocking again and moving some energy through these channels. And then you're going to take that loose fist again and come down the inside of your arm, hang around your joints for a moment, and then the wrist. And then you're going to turn that and come up the outside of the arm. There's a point just to the outside of the elbow here. That's a big heat release point. It's on the large intestine meridian line. And then come up and around. Shake that out. Good. Let's do that shoulder well or Prozac point on the other side. So you can let your arm be loose or just hang it here. So you just want nice, loose joints here. Our joints hold a lot of heat and stagnant energy, okay? And then go ahead and come down the inside of the arm. Again, pay attention to the joints, elbow. Turn that around. Up the outside of the arm, a couple of extra taps here on the outer elbow, and come up and shake it out. Place your hands wherever your impulses are asking you to go. So sometimes when I need to feel grounded, my hands just go to my legs. You could place one hand on your heart, one hand back to that lower dantian. Close your eyes and just notice how you feel. Notice how energy moves through your body. It might feel fizzy or buzzy, might feel like heat, might feel cool. sometimes we don't even have words for sensations in our body, and that's okay. We just know we're feeling something. Out of the head, into the heart. Good. And then from here, before you settle in, so I'm going to have you settle into the Yoga Nidra in a moment here. But before you do that, you might want to just stand up and shake everything, or if you're on the floor, or even if you're in your chair, just shaking everything. Just shake it all out. Get your legs involved. I know you can't see my legs very well, but just really moving and dispersing energy. So once we wake up the chi, the energy in the body, it's nice to just move it around and release it. And you'll often notice that animals do this naturally, especially when they're stressed. If they come into a stressful situation, they'll walk away and shake everything out. And our newest and latest and greatest neuroscience research just teaches us that shaking resettles the nervous system, reconnects us with that rest and digest mode that we are that we're all longing for, but we tend to forget is available to us, and that we can give ourselves permission to come home to a state of constructive rest. And constructive rest is not sleeping per se, it's giving ourselves time to really connect with the heart, with who we are, with those inner voices that are kind. They're kind of shy though, and they're not really going to speak to you when your life is busy and you're constantly connected to technology and checking your phone. Those are all really important at times, but we tend to have an addiction these days to especially the news and what's going on in the world. So I'm going to ask you now to find your perfect place to settle, your little rest nest, as I call it. And I suggest that you don't lay on your bed as you do this. There is Yoga Nidra for sleep. This isn't for true nighttime sleep. And if you are doing Yoga Nidra for that reason, then yes, you would lie on your bed. But today or tonight, we're going to do it to try to create a little bit deeper connection with ourselves, with our uniqueness, and the concept of letting go. So you can lie on the floor with a blanket over you. I would suggest that even if you're warm, that you go ahead and put that blanket over the top of you, even if it's a folded blanket over your torso, to give you a sense of containment. You could have a blanket under your knees, behind your head. You really want to be comfortable and feel supported, but not so much so that you're going to like fall away into sleep. Having said that, if you do doze, it's because you're just plain old tired, and that's okay. I can tell you that you will always receive the benefits of Yoga Nidra as you're guided through the practice, because the subconscious mind, which is what we're really working with in this practice, never sleeps. They always say the last thing to go, even when we die, is our hearing sense. So you are hearing the sound of my voice, the guidance of the practice on a subconscious level. So should you doze and fall away, it's okay. It's okay. We're not judging ourselves today. We're just going on a little journey. So take a moment and get yourself settled, and then I will take you on that journey And as I mentioned, our practice today is a journey of letting go. So at this point, I hope that you have settled in and just wiggle a little bit and make sure that there's nothing that is pulling your attention. Sometimes lumps or bumps or wrinkles can really draw you away from your experience. So take that time to just make sure that you feel good in the place that you've landed. So today I'm going to start out our Yoga Nidra with a little story. So as you settle into this rest nest today, this is the story of the monkey and the coconut. So villagers in a far off land were keen to capture a particularly mischievous monkey. So one ingenious person thought of cutting a hole in a coconut and stuffing peanuts in it. And then he placed the coconut in a tree frequently visited by this mischievous monkey. Within minutes of putting the coconut in the tree, that monkey wandered by, smelled the peanuts, crawled up the tree, and put his hand inside the coconut. And as villagers approached to nab the monkey couldn't climb down the tree because he was clutching the peanuts inside the coconut, and his hand was stuck in this fist. If he had simply let go of the peanuts, his clenched hand would have softened and slid back out of the hole, and he would have been able to make a quick getaway. But instead, the monkey balled up his hand, kept it grasped tightly to that perceived prize of the peanuts, and the monkey got caught. So can you relate to this story? Have you been the monkey lately, or are you the monkey today? We're all stubborn. We all hold on to beliefs that cause a grasping fist and attachment to our beliefs. We like to be right. Isn't that true? We like to be right. We like to think others think we're right. Clutching those proverbial peanuts and not letting go of stress or our cause or whatever circumstances are bringing forth that sense of grasping at any given time. So instead of behaving like the monkey, can you entertain the possibility of letting go right now, letting go in this practice tonight? To open your mind and soften your conflicting beliefs. Just for a moment, and then for another moment, breath by breath, opening up, softening, and allowing your body and mind to let go of grasping. The world you inhabit could change before your eyes. And perhaps, unlike the monkey, you could end up having both the coconut and the peanuts. So that's our little story today. Letting go, effortless effort. So as you rest here, in whatever position you've chosen, take a few more slow, deep breaths. And just notice if you can be 10% more comfortable. You've had some time to open and release, move some energy through that tapping. Cherish the stillness now and orient to the space around you. Noticing the soft movement of air, the gentle hum of sounds. the color of the space behind your eyelids, the salty or sweet taste on your lips. And let this sensual awareness land you in your heart space, your residence of true belonging. Maybe this is the first time that you visited this week with true focus and intention. Perhaps you've made frequent visits. Send the sensation of an inner smile to this heart space with an attitude of gratitude for whatever life experiences were put on your path this week. Feel the softest guiding voice as it asks you, what do you need to bring forth, need to know, or need to heal today? In this moment and breath, listen and draw forth your deepest desire for empowerment, healing, and growth. This intention is the seed that you nurture in your practice today. It will always begin with a present tense statement, such as I am, I honor, I'm grateful for, and so on. And we're not petitioning here. This isn't a resolution. We're simply drawing forth with gratitude what is already uniquely our own. Not in an ego-driven way, but as a participating, talented member of this great universe. So please repeat your unique intention today. And if nothing is coming to you, please feel free to use and embody the statement, I am at ease and open to insight. So some of you here have come with an intention, or we call it Sankalpa, and please use that today if you've got one that you're working with. But if nothing is showing up for you, again, I am at ease and open to insight. And really embody that statement. Let yourself be at ease. Effortless effort. And trust that whatever you're asking to come forth is already within you. Let it land in your body. Where do you sense and feel your intention today? As you repeat it, where do you feel sensation? Listen closely, out of the head and into the heart. Try to sense as opposed to think about this. In Yoga Nidra, we're learning to listen to our bodies. Our bodies hold the voice of heart speak, and our hearts nourish the quality of compassion. And we'll move forward now with a body scan and just listening to my voice. Let my voice carry you through and touch upon each of the body parts that I mentioned. And we're going to begin with your left foot. So bring your attention to your left foot right now. right foot, right ankle, left ankle, left lower leg, right lower leg, right knee, left thigh, right thigh, right hip, left hip, left side of the pelvis, right side of the pelvis, right side of the abdomen, left side of the abdomen, left side of the lower back, right side of the lower back, right side of the mid back, left side of the mid back, left side of the upper back, right side of the upper back, right side ribs, left side ribs, left side front chest, right side front chest, right shoulder and shoulder blade, left shoulder and shoulder blade, left upper arm, right upper arm, right forearm, left forearm, left hand, palm, fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right hand, palm, fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head, forehead, right eye, left eye, breath passing through your left nostril, breath passing through your right nostril, right cheek, the touch of air on skin, left cheek, the touch of air on skin, left ear, the folds and valleys of the outer ear, ear canal, right ear, the folds and valleys of your outer ear, ear canal, feeling both ears together. Sense inside your throat, sense inside your mouth, inside the center of your chest, inside the upper belly, inside the lower belly. Whole body awareness now. Your whole body. Your whole body lying on the ground in stillness and ease. No gripping. Total release. And reconnect now with the sensation of your left foot. On your inhale, on your inhale, draw your breath up the left side of your body. And at the top of your inhale, let your exhale travel down the right side of your body. Inhale and now draw the breath up the right side of the body. And as you exhale, the breath travels down the left side of the body. Breathing up the left side and down the right. And up the right side when you're ready and down the left. And now we'll work with the front and back of the body. From the soles of your feet, draw the breath up the whole front plane of the body. And then as you exhale, send the breath down the back plane of the body. And now inhale up the back plane of the body and exhale down the front plane of the body. Breath travels up the front plane of the body from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head and down the back plane of the body from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet. And one more time, breath rises up the back of the body and then moves as you exhale down the front of the body. And watch how the mind can become analytical, questioning if you're doing this correctly. This is something that we're feeling as opposed to thinking. Even if your sensory experience is limited, sense what you're noticing as you breathe in and out. And now notice the feeling of full body expansion as you inhale. Fullness, expansion, even in your joints, the whole body expanding like an accordion, like a bellows. And then as you exhale, a whole body release as you let go of any kind of holding or grasping, allowing yourself to be in that way woo way place of effortless effort. Emptiness and release. Emptiness and release. And go to a place in your body right now where you feel tight. The slightest bit of tightness. It might have a temperature or a sensation, perhaps heated or buzzy, ropey or fizzy. Where is that place in your body? Does it have a color? And now find a place that feels soft and full of space. In that soft and spacious place, what is the temperature here? The sensation, perhaps cool and spongy, air-filled and spacious. And now back to that place of tightness, of grasping, of holding. Has it changed or shifted for you? Or maybe it's a new place. And then once again, that place that feels soft and full of space. The sensations, the temperature, maybe even a color here. Truly sensing. And now, can you hold both sensations together? Can you hold both that place of tension and that place of space and ease together at the same time? How does it feel to hold both sensations simultaneously? Hold them together. Hold them together. And now sense and feel the following in your body. Wide open, spacious blue sky, Ferris wheel, the Grand Canyon, a cool, soft summer breeze, a dense pine forest, the taste of rosemary, the smell of a baby's head, a puppy licking your toes, morning songbirds in the trees, Van Gogh's Starry Night, sheets on the clothesline, burnt marshmallows fresh off the campfire, the Milky Way galaxy, endless and infinite. Endless Milky Way galaxy. And now this star-filled galaxy fades to black. Observe the space on the back of your eyelids now. Allow yourself to be the witness here, beholding all that arrives in this large, expansive space. Simply watching. Here, you are experiencing presence. There's nothing to do. You're not trying to make anything happen. Allow yourself to merge into this place of non-doing and presence. Permission to simply be. Let your curiosity be your muse here. From this place of curiosity, you find yourself wandering the laneways and secret cut-throughs of a city that you have come home to. You were here years or maybe lifetimes ago. The historical structures and walls whisper their stories and secrets from the shadows and cracks and crevices as you slowly wander. The whispers land, they fade away, they rise up again as you pass from one lane to another. Some voices are great and angry, some are tight and fearful. But the whispers that you hear the loudest are the whispers of kindness and wisdom and compassion. You come to a plaza and find the sweetest little shade tree covered table in a corner where you can observe all of the people that have and are still leaving the echoes of their humanity on the surfaces and within the walls of these ancient structures. You observe the crowd, and you know deeply that within the cacophony of each human experience, that there is always the choice of gripping and grasping and holding on to righteousness and anger, or listening, experiencing, releasing, and gaining the benefits of the residual wisdom. As that voice of choice bounces from wall to wall within the plaza of echoes, for the briefest moment, there is silence. And a white feather lands on your open palms here. Within its purity and lightness, you know deeply that in all of its complexity and wonder, your imperfect world is perfect exactly as it is. All that you know and all that you don't. Nothing to change, nothing to hold on to, everything to discover. This is freedom. This is ease. This is delight. And in this place of ease and inner knowing, remember your heart's intention, your sankalpa. And let yourself truly know and carry forward the sense of gratitude and insight that in this moment, everything is exactly as it should be. Feel yourself shifting into alignment with your intention. And now, please state your intention, your sankalpa, 3 times to yourself as though you're already living it. Because you are. And now do nothing. Believe that your sankalpa manifests from a well-rested place. Trust in your intention that it is just right for you and will serve you well. And now find yourself back in the room, resting here on the ground and being guided in the quiet practice of Yoga Nidra. Awake and aware. Notice your back body, the side of your body facing the ground, the earth, and feel all the places where you touch the ground. Notice the front body, your body facing skyward, And notice all of the space surrounding you. And feel a new sense of space within you. Feel a new sense of possibility that fills your whole being. And notice the part of you that is the witness, the part of you that has observed without judgment your body, your breath, your heart, and this mini journey that you've taken today. Begin to notice your natural breath once again, feeling its rhythm and its pace. Aware of your body, your arms, your legs, the weight of your head, and reawakening on all levels of being. So you could continue to stay here in this lying down position, or you can transition yourself up to a seated position in whatever way makes sense for you today. Allow it to be easy and fluid, noticing every sensation along the way. And then whichever you've chosen, in this stillness, just allow a word to arise for yourself that describes your experience or how you're feeling right now. And remember that you can give yourself permission to have that experience as often as you create the awareness to do so. So I'm going to finish our session with a beautiful piece of prose, a poem from one of my favorite poets and writers. Her name is Dana Folds. And this is called You Know Me. We are intimately acquainted, you and me. I am the creator and sustainer, the life force that animates the trees, the faith that transforms belief into something deeper. I am as eloquent in death as birth, the always and forever essence of emptiness and breath. Speak any of 10,000 names, and I am there before the words leave your lips. It is I who lift the heavens up, bind water into ice, or send it flowing toward the ocean. You know me in every moment, yet you can't own, define, or even make me line up with what your mind would posit as reality. My presence doesn't leave when your awareness shifts from prayers to serving tea. The mind will often need to focus elsewhere, but that doesn't change the truth of me. There are countless ways I can present myself to you, but what is it that I truly wish to say? It's this. Don't miss me in the rush to get things done. I'm here right now, the pinnacle and root of love. You don't have to stop doing what is yours to do, retire to a cave, close the curtains tight, or meditate from dusk to daylight. I'm here right now. You are so much a part of me that you tend to miss the forest and the trees. Choose to behold me. Choose to know me. Choose to acknowledge the communion occurring even as you hear these words. Choice is all that is required for the spark of me within you to catch fire. So thank you so much for traveling this experience with me today. Thanks to Lee and Lisa for allowing me to share this with you.
Sheila, thank you so much. You're amazing. We really
Thank you.
appreciate this. And what a beautiful little reminder there at the end. Wow.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
very touching.
yeah, I will happily share the resource with everybody here. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's always just about a little choice, one little choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
beautiful. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. And I always say your voice is just so relaxing as well. You have a beautiful voice. So I'm going to go on to ask you a couple of questions, Sheila. So number one, we understand that there are 5 layers and 8 stages in Yoga Nidra. Can you give us a background around what they are and go into a little bit more detail about those?
Sure. So, what makes this form of meditation a little bit different than seated meditation are this journey through these 5 layers, and they're called the koshas. And what actually is happening is that we're going from our grossest layer, gross meaning our physical bones, muscles layer, sequentially inward. So we start by relaxing the body through that body scan. And we did that movement and that tapping to begin with. And so that really connects you with the body, which is what most of us are the most familiar with. So we refamiliarize ourselves with sensations. And then we move into what's called the energy layer. So that is breath. And this is also where it's felt that the chakras or the meridians reside within this layer, for those of you that know the energy systems. Deeper to that, we begin when we've really connected sensually, we begin to connect with our emotional self. And so we did this, whether at this point people tend to fade in and out, but this is why we use the opposites. So we did tension and space today. Further to that, we connect with the intuitive self. So we're connecting at this point, our brain waves have slowed down significantly. And so we really get to connect with that inner knowing, that inner heart speak, as I like to call it. And then the deepest layer of all is our layer they call the bliss layer. And this is our wisest self that is recognizing that we're not alone, that we're connected to a universal energy, and that it invokes this sense of universal trust, if I could say it like that. So you don't have to know that this is going on unless you are really inquisitive like me. I like to learn and know what's happening. But this is what's going on. And it isn't necessarily that you drop from one to the next to the next. They interweave. And so we call them the layers, but they really do interweave with each other through the experience.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's so amazing. Yeah, just to know the background about that a little bit really helps me, even myself, connect.
Isn't it? It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you, Sheila. And the next question is, can you just go into more detail about your Sankalpa takeaway that we're going to provide to everybody?
Sure. So, I'm a huge fan of intentional living. And, I once heard, and I really believe this, that if you're not living your life intentionally, then you're very likely living somebody else's intention. And that is, if it's okay with you, okay, but it's not okay with me. And I feel that, we are here, we're unique, we are meant to be here and share our uniqueness. And that is, resides in the world of intentionality, or in Yoga Nidra we call it Sankalpa. And Sankalpa means your heartfelt desire. So it asks you, initially, I always offer that kind of open, universal, I am at ease and open to insight, because often people feel intimidated by creating an intention around their life purpose. Um, they tend to make it very lofty, when in fact, I know that my intention is, and my Sankalpa has always been to ask and to bring forth more of how I can share this, what we're doing today, you know. And through my life, I've had opportunities, experiences, mentors, you know, so you just keep it at the forefront. Um, and usually you're working with an intention or a sankalpa for for some time. So it's not just an affirmation that you throw out and then the next day it's something else. It really has to do with you, your uniqueness. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I guess I have a question for you around that too. So, you know, say you do yoga nidra 3 times a week, would
Mhm.
your intention stay the same, or is it just depending on how you're feeling?
Yes, yes. So you really want to, from the world of neuroscience, we really are planting the seed and creating new neural networks, new patterns in the brain. So neuroplasticity is the concept that we can change our brain and how we think. So if you think about how, if you get up every day and you look in the mirror and you go, I'm so tired, I'm so tired, oh, I look so tired. Guess what? You're tired. And that's, but when you get up in the morning and you use your sankalpa, and it doesn't just have to be in the practice of yoga nidra. I try to use it every time I look at my phone, or something that I do often, that we all do often. And so um, it really is building new neural networks and shutting down the old ones that don't serve us well. So when we stop using, it's like walking the same path to you know, the store every day, or walking your dog. You're going to create a groove in that path because you walk it every day. If you stop walking that path and walk a new path, you're going to grow a new path. And that's a very simplified way to say this is how we grow new neural networks. And
Mhm.
so those networks begin to be in the forefront. They tend to rise up, right? So when you get into a quiet moment, instead of thinking you're so tired, now you've got this new neural network that you've been building of your sankalpa. So that's really neuroscience, and that is the science behind the practice. You know, I mean, I'm a neuroscience geek, so I love that as well. And so to me, it's why the practice is so powerful, is the wording, the visualization, the permission to rest, and the residual effect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, that really helps me understand personally. I'm sure some other people as well here. And yeah, it's always just having an intention and vision, something to look forward to, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Huge thank you to Sheila this evening. I love that tonight was about letting go. I think when we trust, when there is universal trust, whatever shows up and what we most need is what happens. So, and leaving it with that thought of intention. What is your committed intention? Your sankalpa, as Sheila calls it, and getting clear on that. And with that being said, we're going to do our closing intention. So if you please close your eyes. As we close our time together with gratitude to all, we pause to offer each other love and kindness. May our understanding of love be expanded by what we have shared as we open ourselves to growth. May we rest in trust and surrender ourselves and our paths to divine grace, asking that this time together be protected, corrected, and held high. May we now see through love's eyes and understand beyond words. May we all be safe, happy, and healthy. May we all rest in full joy and know that there is no distance between friends in time or space. Divine strength and peace surround us until we meet again. Open your eyes. And now for our final announcements, over to Lisa.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight. Hope you all enjoyed that beautiful practice. In our highlights email, we will be sharing Sheila's contact information and her Sankalpa document that has more information about that. And if you're interested in learning more about Lee's coaching sessions, her information and contact details will be included. Our next LeeLa event will be held on Wednesday, August 18th with Suzanne Shirkin. Suzanne is a mediator, conflict coach, facilitator, and author of When Gender is in Question, A Guide to Understanding. When Suzanne's youngest child was 21, they came out to the family about their struggles with their birth gender and their plans to transition to an authentic male identity. Suzanne knew nothing about the journey. She learned and has now written the book she wished she'd had 10 years ago at the beginning of her son's transition. Join us in a conversation with Suzanne to explore more about gender identity. And a reminder that Tanya Cordy's session will be rescheduled to September 22nd. And until next time, everyone, be well, aloha, and good night.